Sawdust that gets through and past the blade guide gets pinched between the drive belt and the blade and sometimes sticks to the blade. I wanted a way to keep it clean. First, I moved the set screw for the upper blade guide to the other side of the mount, and then I used a bolt from the packing crate the sawmill came in, shortened it up, and used that to fasten in a little bit of scrubber pad from a mouse sander. The pad wasn't very strong and it filled up quickly. I switched to a stronger scrubbing pad and that worked better, but it too filled up. I needed a better plan. This porcelain-covered steel was part of a barbecue. That break you heard was not my wrist. That was a porcelain cracking, which startled me. Now I need to figure out how big a hole to drill for the bolt. Can't do that without my glasses. The problem with keyless chucks is old hands sometimes aren't strong enough to get them tight enough. The hole isn't quite large enough. I can screw the bolt through it, but I can't slip it through. The scouring pad is so full of crud from the blade, it's no longer effective. The hole I drilled was too high. I had to enlarge it with the chainsaw file, and I also added a little tab to go behind the blade to ensure that the scraper would never reach the teeth. I cut off that tab though because the scraper wasn't wide enough to reach near enough to the teeth with it on there. The bolt would hold it securely so I wouldn't have to worry about the scraper reaching the teeth. I put the blade under normal operating tension, used a feeler gauge to check the spacing between the blade and the guides to be sure that there was not too much pressure from the scraper. It looked pretty good as I cranked it through by hand. Already, it's picking up crud from the blade. I think that's going to work. And it does work very well. There was one problem though. It throws the sawdust and the lube up and over the guide and right back onto the blade where it's trapped by the belt. I'm working on a fix for that.